the dark, and then we'll go.
We'll never surrender.
Skin boots on a Saturday night.
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here, and today we're going to be talking about some very interesting stuff regarding bosses and some weird creatures that we could be seeing within Der EISENDRACHEN, the brand new map. So first of all, I just want to touch upon a very interesting theory before I get into some stuff that I've spotted within the trailer, which I don't think anyone else has picked up on. So, within the Der EISENDRACHEN trailer that we got a couple days ago, Jason Blundell actually said that this Hohenwerfen castle set in Werfen in Austria is going to be a site of which all the evil forces will collate, or at least words to that effect. So expect to see a lot of bosses and a lot of crazy creatures, maybe even more than Shadows of Evil. In fact, more than likely more than in Shadows of Evil. Now, the first possible creature that we could be seeing is very interesting, and this was a theory that was actually brought to my attention by Jake Fully. A link to his channel will be down in this video's description, and he also has a very in-depth video about this subject. I'm going to briefly touch upon it before going into some other details that I have found, but if you want a really in-depth explanation about this, as he said, I'll link his channel and his video in this video's description. It's not got that many views at the moment, and I think it deserves a lot more for the research and in-depth knowledge that has gone into that video. So Jake's theory was actually the fact that Frankenstein may actually be within this map, and there is a lot of evidence to actually back it up. So within my trailer breakdown, I did actually mention the fact that these weird poles with like these electric orbs on top, and this is very weird. I didn't know what they were at the time. I thought it was something to do with the Easter egg or something like that. And these poles seem to be collecting electricity. Now, during the trailer, we actually see this, which you can see on screen, which seems to be some sort of device which is gathering all of the electricity, which I presume to have been from these electric orbs. They seem to be charging something or powering something, but for what? Well, if you actually notice on these computer screens gathered around, there seems to be a face. That means there is a creature or a man of some kind within this machine that it's experimenting on or actually creating. This creature actually does seem to be Frankenstein, so I'll put this comparison image on screen now, and this is a comparison between the device that actually created Frankenstein. Obviously, Frankenstein's made up of a lot of body parts and things like that if you're unaware about that, but as I said, you can check out Jake Fully's video if you want a more in-depth explanation. So it seems very logical that this could be the case. The fact that he's created by lightning as well suggests that this could be Frankenstein. Now, I was thinking that maybe it's not actually Frankenstein, but it's based off of Frankenstein, so it could be some other creature or something else that is being created, but I think it's definitely based off of the Frankenstein story. Now, I was actually thinking that we know Richthofen has collected the blood vials from Mob of the Dead, and we've never really known why he's actually got these blood vials, and we do actually know that he ate his brain of his older self. Obviously on the Giant, he came in through the teleporter and he killed his older self, and we do actually know that he ate his younger self's his older self's brain. Why he did this, we don't know. And I was thinking that maybe he's gotten his brain of his older self and these blood vials to create this creature, which could indeed be Frankenstein or some sort of creature based off of Frankenstein. Or that could have absolutely nothing to do with this, but that was just some sort of speculation that I was thinking about, because we know Richthofen's obviously going through all of these parallel universes, and he's doing something, and he's got this summoning key for a certain reason, and he's probably got a lot more artifacts and a lot more things and substances, but we don't know what he's going to be using them for, and maybe this is what this is actually for. Now, I was thinking that maybe this is really stupid, but if he's gotten his brain of his older self, or he ate it for some weird reason, I have no idea, Richthofen is crazy, but maybe he's trying to recreate his older self for some reason, or clone himself or something like that, to create some sort of Frankenstein's monster which is based off of him. Now, that is a completely crazy theory, but it's just something that I want to put in your minds in case it were to be the case, but as I said, don't expect that to happen. Well, let's jump into the next thing that I want to talk about. So, within my trailer breakdown, I talked about the fact that countless times when they show this castle set in Werfen in Austria, the castle is destroyed. There's loads of bits that are broken off, and we don't know why this has actually happened, because we know that this map is set around the 1940s-ish, around World War II. However, there's all these iron crosses on the map, so a lot of people think that's because this is an alternative universe, and so the time has been rewritten, and so Germany could have won World War I instead. That could be the possible reason for the iron crosses around the map. And I think the castle has actually been destroyed by some sort of flammable object. Now, this ties heavily into the fact that the map is called Der EISENDRACHEN in German, which translates to the Iron Dragon in English. A lot of people have been thinking that the Iron Dragon is in fact a metaphor for something else. We do know that the giant, the Origins robots are actually on this map, which I showed in yesterday's video, and a lot of people were thinking that this could just be a metaphor for that. Or it could be a metaphor for something else on the map that we don't know what it is as of yet, some sort of machine or something like that. But what if it is actually a dragon? We've not really seen it within the trailer, but what if it is a dragon? It would explain why there's all these parts which are destroyed on the castle, and why there's all these burn marks everywhere, because maybe the dragon has destroyed a lot of the castle upon moving about, and obviously with his flames. Or it could be some other creature which isn't in fact a dragon. Maybe it's a dragon-like creature, but it isn't actually a dragon, because obviously on Shadows of Evil we saw lots of weird creatures based off of Cthulhu, but none of them were actually Cthulhu. They were just based off of the Cthulhu mythos. So maybe we'll be seeing something similar on Der EISENDRACHEN, and some of these creatures that we do end up seeing are once again based off of these creatures, but aren't physically those creatures, because it would be pretty insane having a massive dragon on the map of which you have to fight. It's more of something that you would see within Extinction. They had a lot larger bosses within Extinction, but it wouldn't really fit the zombies atmosphere. So that's why I was thinking it may be some sort of boss which looks like a dragon but isn't really a dragon, or maybe it's just a small one. But I just don't understand why there's these burn marks all over the castle, and there's loads of different stuff that's broken. There has to be something that has destroyed it, and I think my best explanation for that is some sort of creature, whether that's a dragon or whether it's something else. Furthermore, I've mentioned this a few times now, but there was this random explosion within the trailer, and no one really knows what this explosion is actually from. Now, I am convinced once again that it's from some sort of creature, because no one shoots this object when it explodes. It just explodes for no particular reason. We're not sure why it explodes. So a lot of people have been telling me that it could be something similar to the Napalm Zombie on Shangri-La, or once again it could be something to do with a dragon-like creature which breathes fire, or something like that, and somehow it's caused an explosion. Or it could be just something completely unrelated to anything like that. Maybe there's explosives in a certain area of the map, and maybe you have to activate something to cause the explosives to explode, which unlocks like a hole in the ground, and maybe that hole then takes you to an underground section of the map, which could be the ice caves, which a lot of people are talking about, which I was actually the first to talk about. So maybe that's what it could be, but let me know what your thoughts are on this explosion down in the comment section down below. I've had a lot of answers, but I still don't know what it is. There's no definitive answer at the moment. Now, I was actually looking up the whole Frankenstein theory, and he does actually set on fire within the story. I'm not particularly fond on it, I'm not particularly knowledgeable about it, so maybe if there is some sort of Frankenstein creature, or Frankenstein's monster creature, because obviously Frankenstein was the guy who created him, and the Frankenstein's monster is the actual creature, but it doesn't really matter about that. So what if for some reason, if there is a Frankenstein's monster on this map, then he does in fact act similar to the Napalm Zombie and does set on fire and explode? I'm not sure, but let me know all of your thoughts on this down in the comment section down below. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, make sure to have a new idea for latest and great Black Zombies news information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.